Okay, so a while back, I took a trip to California. Uh, it turns out that being up in the mountains, as they call them, had some cold air, and when I came back down, I found my tires were low. So that started my path towards how do I carry some kind of air pump in my car. All right, so the first one I got was this one, a slime repair kit. I found it at Walmart. Um, I was like, okay, cool, this is great. Well, as it turns out, there's a time limit to how long you can, I think it's 12 minutes actually, you can pump with it. So after a while, the pump would only pump up to 30 pounds or something like that. So it didn't last well. Okay, which led me to this Tesla pump became available. So it's a popular item. Um, so I got it, but I've also found that it has a limit on how long it'll run before it needs a rest. But I mean, it's nice to carry a Tesla product in my Tesla for the purpose of pumping up my tires, but it can only work so well. Both of these come with slime cartridges or whatever you call it, where you can do an emergency flat repair with it. And that's a very nice feature. Okay. Along with my search, I also came across this. It's a 12 volt, but it's cordless, so you charge it up and then you don't have to have it on. But I found that this also has a time limit, so I haven't really experimented with it. It doesn't really satisfy the real need that I have. I mean, well, the real need is unlimited charge pumping, right? All right, so that leads to what I normally use to put air in my tire to balance the tires, so to speak, is a foot pump. So this is the foot pump I would normally use. The problem it has is this barrel is just a little bit small, so you have to pump for a long time before you get enough air pressure. This pump up here has a bigger barrel, but the basic problem is this interferes with getting the valve on. But other than that, it works pretty good. Okay, so that's what I have. Actually, in my Model Y, I have a different foot pump. Anyway, I use foot pumps to put air in the tires. That's what I normally do. The two with the slime, well, the slime one doesn't really work well, so I don't use it. The Tesla one works okay, and I haven't had to put slime into any tire yet, so I don't know how well that works. I've heard people say, oh yeah, it works great. Okay. And I was reading through one of the instructions, basically said, well, if it doesn't settle right away, then you drive forward a little bit, drive forward 5 rotations and check again, see if it'll fill the hole. Actually I've had 3 flats. The 2 flats I found in my Model Y were nails. So the first one they repaired up in Boston. The second one, Tesla down here in Austin said, no, you have to replace the tire. The third one I got was I guess you call it a pinch flat. That's what we call it in bicycle terms. So the pinch flat was I hit a big pothole at 50 miles an hour, and yeah, almost immediately the low pressure warning came on. By the time I was going to Tesla down South Austin at St. Elmo. By the time I got there, the tire was essentially flat. Yeah, that was a performance tire, so it cost more. Anyway, the purpose of this video is to introduce you to the options. One person asked, well, what do you do about normal tire air pressure maintenance? And the answer is, I use this. there you go.
Okay, so for the 12-volt pumps, each one of them has a limited amount of time that it can be run. Okay, so the Tesla just says 20 minutes runtime and doesn't give a cool down period other than say make sure it cools down. The Slime one says it can run for 12 minutes with a 20-minute cool down. The Hypertough, the cordless one, is also a 12-minute runtime with a 20-minute. Is that 20-minute or 25? Whatever. It's requiring almost double the time that ran to cool down. So that's the problem with running any of these for a long period of time, is it just won't survive. Like I said, the Slime one, it starts leaking air from inside the pump. The Tesla one, I don't remember that it leaks, but it definitely doesn't want to run it doesn't want to run more than 20 minutes. And Hypertough I haven't even tried yet, so there you go.
And there's plenty of room in the front to carry both the Tesla portable pump and the foot pump.